Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog. So we have few days till Christmas and I'm super excited because this is one of the most wonderful time of the year for me and my family. So I'm really looking forward to it. But also this is the time where a lot of us, waiting for those special gifts as well as some discounts on the Boxing Days. So I'm sure a lot of you guys will get hands on some long wait equipment you guys probably were looking for, and also I did some gift requests as well, so hopefully the Santa will be nice to me and I'll get some interesting stuff. So today's vlog I would like to actually just make a twist towards the gear. I know a lot of you guys are always interested into sharing with you some of the information about equipment I'm using and stuff like that. So today I want to do something very special, something which I hope not gonna confuse you guys too much, but I thought about this idea for a while and I was waiting till the Christmas time because this is actually, I would say, the best time to talk about those things. So basically what I want to talk about is the lenses. As you probably know, lens is the horse of our work. This is basically the one of the piece of gear which is extremely important for us, and we spent tons of money on good lenses. This is something which I've been doing for years, and this is one of those things which I was never I would say trying to save some bucks on it. I was always trying to kind of get the best lens which is available because I knew that's gonna reflect my work. But there is something interesting which I would like to share with you, and this is gonna probably blow your mind. So while I was in Poland, I had a chance to purchase very old lens, and this is the lens which basically is 30 years old. So some of you guys who are watching this vlog, probably this lens is older than you. This lens was made in 1988. That was one of the, I would say, top shelf lenses made by Nikon. Is 8200 ED. It's a little bit different than those lenses which we have today. Well, first of all, they don't have the way you actually just work with the lens. Doesn't have the ring. It's called pull and push. So that's how you change the focal length. So it takes a little bit of time to kind of get used to it. But as soon as you kind of get you start working with it, then after like few minutes, you can get really easy used to it. The interesting thing about this lens, I paid for that lens, and I'm sure you guys are gonna be shocked, $150. This is how much I paid for it. It's really mint condition. Someone who actually had that lens before, seems like they really look after their equipment. There's no scratches, there's no any visible, I would say, marks that this lens was heavy used. So that was even more actually interesting for me, that you still can find those lenses available. And actually I did a little bit of research on the Google, and you can find those lenses online between, well, $100 to about $300. So the price is shocking, I'm sure, for a lot of you guys, but like you would expect, you buying lens for $150, what can you expect from it? So I've decided to do a shoot where actually I took that lens and I used for my headshot session as well. I was trying to compare this lens to my day-to-day go lens, which is the Nikon 70-200 VR2. And this lens costs over $2,000. So when you compare 150 bucks for $2,000, you know, you technically supposed to see significant difference in the quality, sharpness, and all this stuff. So before I'll jump into more details, I want to kind of give you a little bit of feedback on that lens. So this lens, well, mainly what I want to say is the way it works is a little bit louder than the VR2, maybe because it's, you know, that old, but it's made out of solid metal. It's really, I would say, heavy. I don't think it's heavier than VR2, but I would say it's really similar. It's a little bit smaller than the VR2. But other than that, it's you just plug it into your camera and you're just ready to go. So what I've decided to do, I've done the photo shoot, the last shoot before the Christmas, and I was basically taking photos of the headshots of my wife, who actually decided to help me on this project and on this particular vlog. So we did the shoot. And basically, when actually I was working with those two lenses, I was trying to see the difference and then basically just kind of compare afterwards, you know, what the results gonna be. So let me start with this. I'm literally blown away by the results. You don't really see literally any difference between those two lenses. If I would show you, and this is what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna show you two shots from each lens, you really don't see the difference. The one thing what I've noticed, this older lens, which is, as I said, is 30 years old, was a little bit slower when it comes to the focusing. But as soon as you actually just, you know, as soon as you properly actually just aim for the focusing, just work like a charm. Like, I was just really amazed how you know, the focusing system works on this 30 years old camera. As well, I've noticed that you know, the motor was a little bit louder, and also this lens doesn't have this you know, stabilization system, which is in VR2, which I honestly don't use. So if you know basically the rules when it comes to shutter speed, then you know, like, this is not big of a deal. You don't really have to have that on your lens. So the results were literally outstanding. I'm just really blown away how sharp the images are, how, you know, the tones, the skin tones kind of turn out. Like, I just couldn't kind of wrap my head around it. And comparing the price, 150 bucks to $2,000 lens, you know, like, I'm just speechless pretty much. And then I'll tell you why. Because I think a lot of us, and this is actually the main reason I've decided to do this vlog before Christmas, because a lot of you guys, you know, you guys gonna get some extra cash. There will be tons of great deals when it comes to the photo gear. And this is one of the examples that, you know, buying high-end equipment, at the end of the day, it's not something which, you know, like, you really kind of see huge difference in the quality. Like, I'm not talking about the bodies, but this specifically, I just want to specifically talk about lenses, that you're comparing two lenses. One is 30 years old and one is like literally brand new, and you don't really see the difference between the quality of you know, the quality of images. So if I would, nowadays, what I would do, I would never buy this VR2. I would just definitely stay and stick to this you know, this older lens, and invest that money into workshops and some other stuff, because, you know, like, there's no way people will see the difference between the quality of images. I know there might be some differences if I would do a little bit more testing and a little bit more research on that lens, but for my work and for the headshot photography, that lens is extraordinary. And then, you know, like I was really skeptic about it, and I was just like, well, let's see what are we gonna get. But when I started literally downloading those shots and just comparing them, you know, one side by side, I was just shocked and then blown away that that old lens could produce, and the quality of glass. Also, I have to add, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, the older photographers who've been in this industry for many years, and I have to admit that well, what I want to say is that basically, you know, back in the days, it seems like those companies, they put way more work to produce high quality equipment which lasts much longer, equipment which was built very solid. They use really good glass, they use really good materials to you know, produce this equipment. Especially they cost back in the days tons of money, but now with this whole economy and, you know, like people and then, well, the companies, they just keep pushing the new equipment and they just keep pushing the new stuff, and we quite often forget that there's tons of equipment still out there which can produce amazing images, can produce, the glass is just outstanding. And I'm sure even this lens is 30 years old, I still believe that you could use this for another, I don't know, like 30-50 years. I bet this lens, if you're gonna really look after it and they take care of it. And so the one thing also what I want to say, when you're buying that old equipment, you have to be also very careful, because you know, those stuff after 30 years they worn out. So if someone doesn't really look after it or didn't care much about keeping this whole thing in a safe place and then dry place, then, you know, you can see some damage, some fungus and all this stuff. But if you have time and if you want to do a little bit of I would say shopping and research and then check everything, even though I think if you would buy this lens with some issues, you could send it off to Nikon and then clean it up properly for, even if, let's say, 300 bucks, that still gives you like a lot of savings. And again, like, I don't want to just kind of keep repeating myself, but what I want to say, keep in mind, if you get some cash on the Christmas and you're planning to buy some interesting equipment, I would highly recommend it to look in some of those you know, older stuff, because they cheaper, you know, they bolt solid, and I'm sure you're not gonna be disappointed with the quality of stuff what you can get out of this. So this is my message for the Christmas for you guys. I know maybe this is not what you expected, but I never done those tests before. This is the first time I've done it, and I'm just really blown away how good they are. And even they that old, like, you know, this is vintage lens, which, you know, if I would say to someone, yeah, use this for a headshot session, people would be like, you are out of your mind, you're gonna use 30 years old lens to you know, use it for your work. But this is something which, you know, you would be really shocked. So I hope that was interesting. Well, basically I want to wish you guys Merry Christmas. I would like to wish you fantastic holiday season. I hope you guys gonna spend that time with your family, with people you love, people you really appreciate to be with. This is really special time for everyone, so share your love. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next year, next long season of a lot of interesting stuff and interesting sessions. So please stay tuned for my next vlogs. I also would like to thank everyone who is watching this vlog, because that's something which really inspires me, getting all the messages, getting all the emails, getting all the love from you guys. That's absolutely something which, you know, I didn't even expect, and it really makes my heart melt. And I'm super glad I have the courage, and then, you know, I got a little bit brave to, you know, sit at the front of the camera and then talk to you guys and share my experiences with photography. So thank you everyone for being part of this. I really appreciate it. I will try my best to create more interesting vlogs, more interesting stuff, and basically creating this amazing community, and then basically, you know, getting all this great stuff out there to you guys. So stay tuned. The next week after the Christmas will be extremely exciting. There's 3 projects on the go, and I'm really looking forward to it. But meanwhile, I have to just go for the Christmas and then enjoy that with my family. So stay tuned. Again, wishing you guys Merry Christmas and fantastic holiday season. Stay tuned for the next vlog, and I will be looking forward to hear from you guys. Bye bye.